Ask an Expert by Dreamplex is a podcast focusing on asking the expert of their field about their journey in becoming the specialist that they are today, as well as lessons and tips that they can share with us for our own personal development, together with how we can be a better version of ourselves in our professional career path. Topics we will be discussing in this podcast range from tips such as how to scale up a business, what is a healthy startup growth, to the importance of emotional intelligence and soft skills in our career journey. My name is Yenly Tran, and I'll be your host for today's episode. Hello, Nikolaj. Thank you for coming on Ask an Expert podcast. Before we begin, could you make a quick introduction about yourself, what field of expertise you are in, and how did you get involved with Ask an Expert program at Dreamplex?
Hi, thanks for having me. So I'm Nikolaj, or Nick for short. I run an AI consultancy firm from Paris, France. And previously to arriving here about a couple of months ago, I lived in Singapore for the last 4 years. And that's how I got in touch with you, and that's how I became a mentor or coach at Dreamplex, because I was, during the early days of the pandemic, I was participating in a couple of initiatives where we were trying to help local and other entrepreneurs in Southeast Asia to get through the pandemic. And out of that coaching and mentoring activity, I got involved with what you guys are doing and decided to help out there as well.
In your bio, you talk about helping your clients grow their business through data-driven strategies. Can you explain a bit further on this?
So actually, when I talk to entrepreneurs, especially during the pandemic, the number one problem that they have is that they want to sell more of whatever it is that they're selling, right? The market's been under a lot of pressure. A lot of industries, some industries at least, have gone belly up. So quite a few entrepreneurs have had to pivot, have had to change what they're doing. And they come to me with advice basically around business strategy, market strategy, sales strategy. I try to talk them through it and try to construct data-driven business cases about what it is that they might do. And that basically comes down to having a good look at what it is that you're doing and whether or not the ideas, the hypotheses that you have are in some way founded by things that you can observe going on in your business or you can observe going on in your market, so that you can hopefully come to more data-driven decision making, even though that obviously isn't always a very easy thing to do.
Okay, data-driven means numbers, correct?
Data-driven means numbers, means asking critical questions about your assumptions. And means asking critical questions about what would happen if your assumptions turn out to be untrue. Means asking critical questions about what happens if they are true, and what the follow-up questions are that you would have to ask yourself. So when I say data-driven decision-making, what I'm basically trying to help people do is to break through all of their hidden hypotheses by keep asking themselves questions. So very often when you're an entrepreneur, you sort of have these ideas, right, about what you're doing with your product, with your company, in your market. And you're not really aware of why you have those ideas. So you have some assumptions, you want to do things a certain way, and there's all sorts of biases that are wrapped up in those ideas. And it's very difficult to get out of that frame of mind and see things differently, in such a way that allows you to move forward. So one of the things that really helps me as an entrepreneur, and it's one of the reasons why I like doing this as well, is to talk to other entrepreneurs, to tell them, okay, listen, this is what I'm doing. And very often people will ask me, why are you doing that? And it's sometimes very difficult to formulate a good answer to that, especially in the people that I'm talking through.